Today, we're diving deep into one of the most satisfying support playstyles in Where Winds Meet, the Panacea Fan and Soulshade Umbrella Healer. If you're looking for a build that not only keeps your entire squad alive, but also cycles resources like a true master and still pumps out some respectable damage, then you've come to the right place. In this full guide, I'm going to cover everything you need to know, from inner ways and mystic arts to gear, stat priorities, the full skill rotation, and some clutch tips to make you the MVP of any team. Let's get right into it. First up, let's get a quick overview of what this build is all about. The entire playstyle revolves around sustainable healing through what we call dew management. Think of dew as your mana. You're going to keep your dew flow high by using your heavy attacks to charge it up, and then you will spend that dew to cast incredibly powerful healing abilities like Cloudburst Healing and Morning Drizzle. Your Soulshade Umbrella is your best friend for steady, passive healing and consistent dew generation, while the Panacea Fan is your go-to for massive area of effect burst heals and those game-changing emergency resurrection tools. If you play smart, keep your dew topped off, and position yourself correctly, your team will feel practically invincible. They will never have to leave the field. So, let's talk martial arts and your role on the team. Your two weapons are the Soulshade Umbrella for all that amazing sustain and utility, and the Panacea Fan for your big AoE heals and its fantastic synergy with dew regeneration. Your primary role is, of course, healer and support. You'll be maintaining your party's health using the Umbrella's constant passive healing ticks, and then you'll switch to the Panacea Fan when you need to drop those huge, impactful heals, quickly regain dew, or pull off an emergency save. A key part of your gameplay loop will be using save, long-distance heavy attacks to refill your dew. This lets you keep healing without ever worrying about running dry, even in the most intense, drawn-out fights. You're the backbone of the party, ensuring everyone can do their job without fear. Now, let's get into the nitty-gritty, the inner ways. These are crucial for maximizing your healing output. First on our list is Royal Remedy. This is an absolute must-have. It boosts the healing from your Cloudburst water clone by 10%, and, more importantly, it grants you one dewdrop every time you receive a heal over time effect while standing within its range. This has perfect synergy with Cloudburst Healing, creating a self-sustaining loop of healing and resource gain. Next up is Restoring Blossom. This inner way makes your critical heals apply stacks of Nurturing, up to a maximum of 3. Nurturing increases the healing received by the target, which is fantastic for long-term sustain, especially on your tank. Then we have Morale Chain. This is more of a passive but highly effective choice. It gives you your river stacks whenever you heal or attack. It's a small but very consistent boost to both your healing and your damage, and it stacks up to 5 times. Over the course of a long fight, this really adds up. Finally, and this one is a game changer, we have Mending Loom. This inner way makes your Umbrella special, Echoing Grow. Restore 5 dewdrops and heal you for a percentage of your maximum HP for every 100 dew you consume. This provides a massive return on your dew investment, and has incredible synergy with the rest of your kit. All together, these inner ways maximize your dew uptime, seriously amplify your healing power, and dramatically increase survivability for both you and your entire team. Let's move on to Mystic Arts. These are your flexible utility skills. The first one I recommend is Serene Breeze. This is a fantastic defensive option. When you use it, it immediately clears any control effects on you, reduces your target's endurance regeneration, and applies a damage over time effect. This is absolutely amazing for PvE when you get singled out by mobs or a boss and need to break free to continue healing. Your second option is Ghost Bind. This is more of an offensive support tool. It lets you flash forward to a location, immobilizing a group of enemies and breaking their vital points. This is perfect for locking down dangerous enemies, so your team can safely burst them down, or for creating a safe window for you to get off a crucial heal. My recommendation? Take Serene Breeze for most PvE content where you need to deal with tank buster mechanics, or lots of crowd control. Go with Ghost Bind if your team needs help setting up group damage windows or controlling ads. Alright, let's talk gear. For your weapon set, you absolutely want the Rain Whisper set. The 2-piece bonus gives you a flat 40 max HP, which is always nice. But the 4-piece bonus is where it really shines. It gives you a 10% boost to both your critical damage and your healing, and that bonus increases to 15% whenever you have an HP shield active. This directly amplifies your healing power and synergizes beautifully with protective skills like Eagle Rise. For your armor, the Eagle Rise set is the clear winner. The 2-piece gives you a bit of physical defense, but again, it's the 4-piece that's incredible. It makes your damage over time or healing effects grant you stacks that reduce incoming damage. At maximum stacks, you gain a buff called Eagle Guard, which completely mitigates a single huge hit of damage. This has a 30-second cooldown, but since you'll be constantly healing, you'll have this proc up frequently. It's perfect for surviving those deadly, one-shot boss mechanics and keeping yourself alive. So, how should you prioritize your stats? Your primary focus should be on max HP and defense. Think of yourself as the team's safety net. A larger health pool not only makes your own percentage-based heals more effective, but also ensures you can take a hit or two when you inevitably draw aggro. You can't heal anyone if you're dead. Your secondary priority should be some attack. You will still be using your light and heavy attacks to charge your due, so having a little bit of attack power helps you clear trash mobs faster and contribute more meaningfully to team damage. However, don't go crazy dumping stats into things like crit, unless you are specifically trying to pivot to a more hybrid damage dealer build. For this pure support setup, survivability is king. Now for the most important part, the skill rotation. This is your bread and butter loop. Internalize this, and you'll be a healing god. You will always start a fight on your Soulshade Umbrella. Use its floating grace ability to apply the passive healing over time and do regeneration buff to your party. Immediately after that, activate Echoes of 1,000 Plants, the Umbrella's special skill. This provides another layer of passive healing and sets up even more dew generation. Once those are active, swap to your Panacea fan. Now, you'll use the fan's light or heavy attacks. The heavy attacks are absolutely key here, as they allow you to rapidly regain dew from a safe distance. Once you've built up some dew, cast Cloudburst Healing. This spawns your water clone, giving you an immediate burst of healing and, crucially, instantly restoring 20 of your dew. This skill is your primary tool for both healing and refueling your resource pool. From there, you'll use your other fan skills like Morning Drizzle or Light Dust after Morning Rain as needed for single target spot healing or big emergency saves. When you see that your Umbrella's buff is about to expire, simply swap back to it, refresh Floating Grace and Echoes, and then repeat the entire cycle. It's a simple but incredibly effective loop. Let's wrap up with some final tips and tricks. First, manage your dew proactively. Don't just dump all of your dew at once, unless you know you can immediately refill it with Cloudburst Healing or a proc from Mending Loom. Weaving in those heavy attacks between your healing spells is your best friend for maintaining your resources. Second, use your Umbrella for passive uptime. It's your foundational healing, and it costs you almost nothing. It's the insurance policy that keeps your team stable while you manage your bigger cooldowns. Third, save Light Dust after Morning Rain for those truly clutch moments, like reviving the tank during a critical boss phase. Its long cooldown means that timing is everything. And remember, after you get that res off, immediately use Cloudburst Healing to get that 20 do back, and stabilize your resource pool. In group content, your positioning is key.
Whoa.
You want to stand where you can safely hit enemies with your heavy attacks to regenerate do, while also staying safe behind the rest of your team. You are a backline support, so play like one. And don't forget your utility. Use Serene Breeze to counter crowd control on yourself, or use Ghost Bind to group up enemies for your DPS to nuke down. You're not just a healer. You're a utility controller. So, who is this build best for? This build is perfect for players who love a proactive, resource management heavy support playstyle. It excels in small group PvE, open world content, and raid-like fights where steady, consistent healing and clutch resurrections really matter. If you want to be more solo-friendly, you can definitely invest a bit more into attack stats to handle trash mobs on your own. But this setup truly shines when you're playing as part of a team. And that is your complete guide to the Panacea Fan and Soulshade Umbrella healer build in Where Winds Meet. You're now equipped with the knowledge to manage your do, utilize safe heavy attacks, provide massive sustain, and handle clutch emergencies like a pro. If this guide helped you out, do me a huge favor and smash that like button. Subscribe for more Where Winds Meet builds, and don't forget to ring that notification bell so you don't miss the next guide. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the field.